Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your intuitive weekly reading. I hope that you're doing well and that you're navigating the seas, the energetic waters to your benefit. So this is a message for sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Scorpio. These are general readings, so take what resonates for you. Check with your moon or rising sign if it's not resonating, or keep it in your back pocket, as I do read into our blind spots a lot of times, the subconscious areas that we don't always pick up on or see right away that may be acting as a block or a source of irritation or confusion for us. So let's see what comes through for you, Scorpio. The readings have been very intense, so I'm curious to see what happens with the Scorpios. What's going on with the Scorpios this week? And as I always say, whenever you find yourself at this video, if the message is resonating for you, most likely the message is for you, as time is not a straight linear line. It is cyclical. We always cycle back to energy. So if it resonates, most likely the message is for you. First card out, Scorpio, we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So as we are circling back through Saturn and Pluto cycles at the very critical end degrees of their respective signs before they move into new energy, new signs, we are revisiting things that we had already experienced in the past. And Scorpio, I feel like you're revisiting something that you went through a massive grief cycle already and did a lot of healing, a lot of clearing. And so some of the residual bits and pieces may be swirling back around into your current experience. But you're getting a good understanding that losing something is an opportunity to really appreciate. This could be something, someone, what that lesson was, what that person or experience taught you. I know for myself personally, when I went through a very massive traumatic separation and grief process for myself, it did trigger a lot of my pain and wounds. But to be honest, I wouldn't be where I am today if I did not have those experiences, honestly. Judgment, next card out. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, right? So also learning that we can't really blame or judge others for what they do or what they say, that their challenges are very different than ours. They're not fully conscious to, how we hurt each other here on Earth as humans. Hurt people. And a lot of times that is not intentional. Okay. Loneliness at the bottom, Scorpio. And we have purpose. I know what I am here to do. Haha, exactly. I feel like going through this grief process over and over and over again, shedding layers of pain and everything you can imagine under the sun to really get to the core truth of who you are has been quite the journey. But you are also releasing judgment, releasing blame, and I'm not even seeing that you were really there. You may have already went through a lot of that through the massive part of the grief process. But all in all, you know that you're never alone. You may have intentionally kept yourself more to yourself as a Scorpio would when you're going through processing and purging and experiencing. But through all of those processes, it has also showed you very strongly why you're here, what your purpose is. I know what I'm here to do. All right, I just got third chakra. So and that would be different for every Scorpio out there, but expressing your true nature, and through, you know, when we go through trauma, when we go through pain, and when we come out the other side, that trauma, that pain, that grief is our medicine, not only for healing ourselves, but for others that seek out what we have as medicine. Ace of Orbs, Four of Chalices. You may have doubted that ability or aspect of yourself, Scorpio. You may have been aware of it, but then, you know, and a lot of times when we're learning these things, we get tastes of them, we get tested within it. But when you know in your heart and soul what feels right to you, then you just, you know, yes, I have my own medicine. I have the medicine that others may need. But you're not climbing the mountain and shouting over the hilltops to just anyone and everyone, because you also know that that is sacred medicine, and that those who seek that sacred medicine will be guided to you. It is a lonely path for a good portion of it, but it's such a beautiful experience on the other end of it. What else do we have for Scorpio? The Trinity, Three of Crystals. Yeah, you're working with your spirit team, with your higher self, the Trinity, through your grief process, mind, body, spirit. You're understanding, you're aware that you have assistance through this as well. You are not alone. I have the chills. What's below that? Discipline. It has required you to discipline the mind, discipline yourself from getting pulled back into the mind or into old patterns, old ways. And we have to do that for many cycles before we come out completely. It's like a purification process. So that you know, I mean, there's no question, you're not going to fall back. You're not going to ever fall back into the old patterns because you've been through them enough times. Or even if you do, it's like an immediate, you recognize it right away and you pop out of it. Right. The Starseed card. You are aware of your power, your energy. Eight of Crystals. And you're working with that along with your spirit guides. Beautiful. You're putting the pieces together. I'm also hearing releasing judgment of yourself. I think the judgment card in this reading is really about judgment of yourself. No longer comparing yourselves to other people and their journeys, because yes, we all have our own unique challenges and paths. The Starseed card is also linked to the Fool card, the beginning, new beginnings, the very beginning, just stepping out into the unknown, open heart and all, trusting your path, trusting your guidance, trusting that it is all coming together, and you are seeing it starting to come together, even though it's not fully visible all the way yet. March is going to be a really big month for us all. March and April. There's such an energetic shift We're like really going through, getting squeezed through the last residuals of a very old cycle. Okay. 5 of Chalices. Solar deity, the sun. Oh, you see those solar flares? We just had, right here, this plasma is considered a coronal mass ejection, a CME from the sun. We just had one a few days ago, Earth directed. So as of yesterday, we had pretty intensified geomagnetic storms, solar storms from that plasma. That energy is awakening our consciousness. It is also, it's affecting us in many different ways, energetically, emotionally, physically, affecting the earth. But it is really showing you your purpose here. And below, bottom of the deck, along with loneliness, is the 5 of Cups, which speaks of like feeling disconnected. You've lost somebody you've lost people that you have allowed deep into your heart. They may still be on the planet and you've lost them that way, or maybe they are no longer here on the planet. But that is still part of the grief that you are shedding, you are working through. Okay, let's get a couple of these cards here. When we release judgment on ourselves and on others, that really helps us to open our heart back up. Compassion. Because we know a lot of people are acting a fool right now. I mean, that's no judgment. That's just truth. But we don't have to judge them for it. Know that they're going through their own shitstorm right now. We have peace. Yes, exactly. So when we release the last pieces of our grief process, that releases our judgment on everyone, on ourselves. It really brings us to a place of peace, inner peace, which then spreads. It's a ripple effect out to others. You may have had some conflicting experiences with people recently. Balance. Yeah, things are really coming into balance within you. Even if they're not outside of you yet. You're already understanding what's going on here. You've been through this already, Scorpio, multiple times. You see it, you know it, you feel it. You're releasing. You're allowing balance to come back in. Beautiful. I feel like you just went through, I feel like for many of you, you've already kind of completed this cycle with purpose here and legacy. You've already completed this cycle and you're understanding your soul purpose. You're really connecting with the sun, and that is a beautiful thing. I have the chills. Your legacy, what it is that the energy, the message, who you are in your essence, what you leave behind when you're no longer here on this earth is your legacy. And you're really coming into your legacy at this time. Contribution at the bottom. It is your contribution that you make to not only assisting others in their evolutionary process, assisting Gaia, Mother Earth, in her evolutionary process. Your contribution. This is beautiful. Let's keep going. A little bit more here. Now you see why we have to continually go back into the grief process to continue shedding any layers, fragmented parts that were just out of balance or were still active in your energy field. Grief, carrying, anger, sadness, despair, rage, blame, shame, guilt, denial. All of that is fading away to peace, which is also helping you ignite the flame within, passion ignited, to move into your purpose, move into your legacy. That's what feels right. You feel it in your solar plexus. Learning that there has been some challenges that came in, yeah, that were disguised as maybe something that you've already played around in and operated in before. Maybe, you know, somebody came back and tried to pull you back into an old cycle, deception and envy. And whether you actually took the bait or not, it doesn't matter, because we've got balance here. If you haven't had this experience yet, know that there may be some tests coming in for you that you really want to use your discernment and feel how it feels, whatever this experience is. And it usually comes through another person that you've already dealt with. Some of these, you know, another person that triggers these shadow parts within you that you may be hiding, that may not have come out through the grief process. And what you're really grieving, in all honesty, is those lost parts within you that you have suppressed, repressed, denied, hidden, that are coming to the surface. It's like reconnecting, reuniting, balancing yourself together. And intuition, strongly relying on your intuition and solely relying on your intuition. This is also linked to your purpose, your legacy, and the solar deity. Beautiful. Oh, Scorpio, I love this. All right, we're going to get some advice for you to wrap this reading up. And Scorpio, please, if you like this video, click that thumbs up, like button for me, please. Be very grateful if you do. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you who have taken the time to subscribe and taken the time to click that like button. It truly does help with the algorithms within YouTube. So let's get your advice here. Well, we have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had had. You wish you had. I don't think I've ever seen this card, Scorpio. Let's read this from the book. Yeah, and I was picking that up. No longer comparing yourselves. Don't follow. You're forging your own path, using your intuition, using the knowledge that you've gained through all of this. All right, Scorpio. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, put one foot in front of the other, and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them. They lead themselves. This is a card for leaders. You are here to pave a path that hasn't been walked before. To go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward for all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on the topics you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life experience. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own. Do it for your daughter. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who'll follow. When you go first, you make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. Wow. I love that message for you, Scorpio. And maybe that's one of the things that you were part of your grief process, or the loss. Maybe you lost somebody that you had felt was a good match, a good partner, a good collaborator. And they keep falling to the side, and you're like, and constantly doing this alone. I know I'm always like, where's my team? Where's my tribe? Why am I always doing this alone? Well, it's part of your path, Scorpio. You won't be alone forever, but you do have to forge your path. So I think I'm going to title this video that. That is the message I have for you this week, Scorpio. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.